Six Flags Great America is one of my favorite parks that I went to on my 2025 road trip, and it was also the first park that I went to. And I find the roller coasters in this park to be one of the best in the world, so I decided that I would rank them today. In last place, we have Superman. This ride is a B&M flying coaster, and I just find it pretty lame. The only redeemable moment on this ride is the pretzel loop and the last 0G roll. The rest of the turns are really boring, and it's overall just a not super interesting ride. Next up is Demon. I found this ride way better than the one at California's Great America. The drop had a borderline ejector airtime. The loops were really forceful, and the corkscrews are also pretty fun. The only thing is, the Demon Rock on this ride is a lot uglier than the one in California, but it doesn't alter my rankings. A great ride nonetheless. I hope they never get rid of it. Next up is American Eagle. This is an Intamin wooden coaster, and there's a reason Intamin doesn't make any wooden coasters anymore, but this ride is still really fun. It's upkept very well. It's not too rough. It has really good airtime in these first few hills. It's a very weird layout. There's a giant helix in the middle that does nothing except jackhammer you, but I find it more fun than uncomfortable. The return run with those airtime hills don't really do anything, but it's still a classic wooden coaster. Next up is Viper. This ride is a wooden coaster. Yeah, it's pretty good. The first half is pretty mid with its first drop, and the first hill also doesn't do anything. I guess it has pretty good laterals, but laterals don't make up for airtime. But the second half completely redeems itself. There's loads of airtime hills with good floater airtime, and it keeps up with the laterals too. I like strong finishes to a roller coaster, and this is definitely an example of that. Next up is Max Force. This is an S&S air launch coaster with the fastest accelerating launch in the world, and it indeed is a really good launch. It kind of feels like accelerators, but except you go slower. This ride definitely has a more complete layout than some hydraulic launch coasters that I've done, because it has some pretty good inversions with the fastest 0G roll in the world, but it's short and sweet, not enough to make it to the big dogs. Next up is Wrath of Rakshasa. This is a B&M dive coaster, and it's the second one that I've ever ridden. It's definitely the best that I've ridden, and definitely also the rattliest. The drop gives really good floater air, and the first two inversions are pretty floaty, and the rest of the 0G rolls and corkscrews give really good float too, I guess. All of the valleys on this ride definitely hit with pretty good positive Gs. And the nature of the super wide trains make transitions such as the 0G rolls really interesting. Next up might be a pretty controversial opinion, but I prefer X-Flight over Wrath of Rakshasa. I found every element to feel very unique to any other roller coaster I've ridden because of the nature of the seats being on the side of the track, and all the transitions feeling very weird since there's also no heartlining. I also really love how the ride incorporates near misses into that last inline twist. It's honestly perfect. Next up is this park's Batman the Ride clone, or actually it's the original. But when I tell you this ride exceeded my expectations, this ride probably ranks like 50 spots higher than every other Batman the Ride that I've ridden. It's just so fast and so smooth and so whippy. It has everything I'm looking for in a B&M invert, and this is actually my favorite B&M invert that I've ridden. I don't know what separates it from the rest of the Batman clones, but it's just so much better. Not even including the theming and the queue too. It's definitely the best themed B&M invert that I've ridden. Next up is one of the 4 RMC wooden coasters, Goliath. This is definitely on the shorter end in terms of pride and ride time compared to other RMCs, but it uses that time well. This ride has some really fun turns, crazy ejector moments, really good whip, especially when you're in the front row, which is why I prefer this ride in the front. But I honestly can't see how I can put any of the rides below it above this ride, like some other people do. And next up, which is what I consider the best ride in the park by far, this is Raging Bull, a B&M Hyper. This was actually the second one ever built, and it's a twister layout. And this by far has the strongest airtime of any B&M Hyper that I've ever ridden. That first drop in the very back row is one of the craziest drops that I've ever been on, definitely up there with Time Travelers. Not to mention the drop off the mid-course, which is even stronger. This is definitely a top 15 overall roller coaster for me, and I actually couldn't get enough of it. This is one of the most re-rideable, most fun roller coasters that I've ever been on. And with that, I highly recommend that you come out to this place. It's near Chicago, so hopefully it isn't too far away from you, because I want you guys to experience these masterpieces of rides. And that's basically it for my rankings at Six Flags Great America, so I'll catch you guys next time.